So Office 360 does work with MathType. Here is the document that we had in class on Friday that needed to be filled out with the hyperbolic trig information. And here is some changing of that to complete it using Office 365 and MathType. So I've already got most of the information that needs to be entered here, so I'm just going to paste the old from the left, the trig version, and I'm going to double click that, and up pops MathType. And all I need to do here is simply add an H to each one of these, right? The tanh is defined as the cinch over the cosh, and I close that and update that, and now I've got the hyperbolic tanh. And you can do the same thing for all the rest of these. Here's the Pythagorean identity, and I can double click on the Pythagorean identity, and I can manipulate this thing so that it reflects the hyperbolic version, which is something like this. And let me just show you some of the other things that are here on MathType. MathType has this palette. You can enter anything you want to here. Just for fun, let's do a limit. You know, we were doing all these limit things. If you wanted to write up all the limit laws, you could get a template for limit. You could put a fraction template in there. You could put a square root on the top, x and an exponent squared, move off the exponent with the arrow key, +1, and you could put something down below here, put the sign of x. And if you wanted, you could enclose this in parentheses by clicking on the parentheses. And if you look, these are big palettes up here. Here's all sorts of relationship palettes. Here's some spacing. Here's all sorts of various overstrikes and understrikes you can put on expressions. Here's some fancy operation symbols, arrows, some of the logical operators, set, Greek and other set letters, and more Greek letters and Greek letters, and all sorts of grouping symbols, various templates of all sorts. When we get to integration, there's integration templates. You can make arrays. Now these are all the templates up here. Down here are the particular things you can enter. Like if I were to come down in here and click plus, I could put plus pi by clicking the pi. You can drag any of these individual symbols up here over to, if you're going to use them a lot. I used to know how to do that. How about right click? I'll read the directions. There's a way to get, I think you have to drag it from down here. That's the way it is. So there, I can drag pi up there. I could drag a very complicated expression up there. And this is all under the algebra tab. There's a derivatives tab, there's a statistics tab, tab for matrices and for sets, and there's a trig tab. And you can define your own couple tabs if there's certain things you do all the time. So I would suggest, maybe even for other courses besides mathematics, you look into this MathType program, and it seems to integrate just fine with the Office 365, which you now have access to for free also.